What's going on? Aloha and welcome to the Island Homestead. My name is Sean, and in this video I'm going to show you how to plant a pineapple top in a pot. Now there's a few things you're going to need in order to do this. You're going to need a pot, of course. I use a 1 gallon heavy duty pot. I get these off Amazon, and I'll put links down below for all of the stuff that I'm using here if you're interested in getting that stuff. These are pretty cheap. I get them on Amazon, like 58 bucks for 120 of them. And they're nice and heavy duty, they last a long time. You're also going to need potting soil. I recommend a good organic potting soil. I make my own. You can go and buy some if you want, or you can make your own for pennies on the dollar. If you want to know how I make my own potting soil, that's super easy to make, super simple, and super cheap. You can click the link up here, or I'll put a link down in the description as well to the video where I show you how I make my potting soil for outside plants here in Hawaii. You're also going to need some fertilizer. I'm using Nutri-Rich, which is an organic pellet chicken manure, slow release. And I'm also using down-to-earth citrus. So pineapple, really like citrus fertilizer as well as manure, so you can use any manure. You can use a citrus fertilizer, you could even use an all-purpose if you wanted to, or a fruit tree fertilizer will all work just fine. I always recommend organic because you are what you eat, so you might as well make it high quality. And of course you're going to need a pineapple top. So this is a big one here. No, these are little. I already planted all my big ones, so all I have is a few little ones left. Here's your pineapple top. This variety is actually a local pineapple, which is a white pineapple. But this is the same instructions for whatever pineapple it is. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever tried one of these. Have you ever tried white pineapple? It's by far the best pineapple on the planet, probably. It's the best I've ever had. Fantastically delicious. Super, super good. Low acid. It's even got a core that you can eat. It's not that woody. It's just all around amazing. And they get huge. Talking 10+ pound pineapples. So if you have all that stuff, you are ready to plant a pineapple top in a pot, my friend. The first thing I do is I take my good soil mix and I put maybe 2-3 inches in the bottom, okay? And then I add my fertilizer. Now when I planted all these pineapples, I had 2 different kinds of citrus fertilizer, so that's what I used. I used a tablespoon of the down to earth, and then I used a tablespoon of the other one I had. I'm out of that now, so if you've only got one type of fertilizer, that's totally fine too. I add the chicken manure and the citrus, and I'm adding more nutrients than I really need because I'm growing these to sell. So I want these to grow really fast, to get big and healthy as quick as possible, so I can sell them. So you put 2-3 inches of soil to the bottom of the pot. Then I'm going to take a couple tablespoons of fertilizer. This one here is the down to earth citrus. Plop that in the bottom. And then 1 handful of Nutri-Rich. So I put this at the bottom so that it has time to cook. The pineapple is going to take a couple weeks to root and start developing, and before it even touches those nutrients. So the microbes in the soil will actually start to break that down and make those nutrients bioavailable to the plant so that there's no risk of burning the plant or harming the plant. You know, they're going to be about 6 inches below the pineapple. So I mean, it's going to take them a good amount of time to get down into those nutrients. I always like to put nutrients down at the bottom so that it has time to cook and process before the plant gets to it. So after you put your nutrients in there, fill it up the rest of the way with soil. And I fill it all the way up, just maybe a ½ inch above with soil before I put the pineapple in there. Now, you're going to want to rip off all these bottom parts for about 1 inch up. And you can do this, and then you can actually put it in a cup of water, and it will start to root in water. And you can do that if you want before you plant it. But since I plant hundreds of pineapples, I don't take the time to start in water. It's unnecessary. You can even take these pineapple tops and just stick them right in the ground without doing anything. I've done that as well. I've got a few on the other side, and they're growing just fantastic. You know, they're a lot smaller than my ones where I really prepare the soil. They're probably like a third of the size, but they're still very healthy. They're still doing very well. So I just do, you know, a couple at a time till you get down to where you want to be. So there you can see I've taken off all the bottom, exposes all this. This is where the new roots are going to come out. Now, someone one time told me it's a good idea to cut this bottom part off. This is actually the pineapple fruit. When you rip the top off, there's just a little bit of pineapple fruit stuck in here. So they said if you put that in the soil, it could start to rot and actually kill this before it starts. I have planted them before without doing it and they were fine, but now I do it just to make sure. So I cut that off so it's nice and clean, everything ready to go for this huge, huge pineapple top. This little guy will still grow into a very large pineapple though, with the right tender love and care. So now I just take the pineapple top, I push it down in the soil about 2 inches, and then I push all of this down really, really firm. Now with normal plants, I would barely push it down, just a gentle. But with pineapple, I get pretty aggressive and I push it down pretty hard because pineapple doesn't have a big root ball or structure to hold it in place. It literally has an inch or 2, that's it. And I got chickens and dogs and goats and things could come and knock it over real easy. So I really pack it down nice and tight to make sure that it has some good support so that it won't just fall over in the wind or a rainstorm. So there you have it, your nice little pineapple top in a pot. Now the last thing you need to do, of course, is water it. You want to make sure to have a pink water can. It just lets the pineapple know that you love it, and it really helps it grow, you know, much better. All right. You give it a good watering, and this one's ready. I'll set this down and I'll let it grow for a couple months before I sell it, so it's nice and big. I've had pineapples in this exact same pot that get 4 feet tall because I just was busy and I neglected them. They're actually still sitting over there on the other side. I need to plant them. I just got too many plants. So there you have it, how to grow a pineapple top in a pot. And you can just rip that pineapple top right off the pineapple, rip it right off, and then do that and it's ready to go. So let me know if you have any questions down below about pineapples, growing pineapples or anything like that. Like I said, you can just stick them right in the ground in your garden or wherever if you want. I like to start mine in pots for at least you know, a month to 2 so they get a good root structure and they get a really good growth going. That way when I put them in the ground, the chickens can't just walk by and knock them over and things like that. Again, if you're interested in the potting soil I make, just check out the description below. There'll be a link to the video for that. There'll be a link to all the fertilizers I use, the pots, and everything else I use. So make sure to like this video if you learned something or if it was helpful. If it wasn't helpful, well, let me know why not so that I can make it better next time. Anyways, throw a comment below. Let me know what you think. Have you tried white pineapple? Or how do you grow them? Or what kind of fertilizer do you use? Just anything you got to say about pineapple, put it in the comments below so that everybody can benefit from your insight. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you can get the new videos that I release. I'm going to be releasing videos each week about farming, gardening, raising animals, homesteading, all that kind of good stuff. I've got some really exciting videos coming up, like how I get thousands of free plants for my property to spread around and make it beautiful. So stay tuned for that one. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.